onto the computer. Beautiful. All right, guys. Welcome to the New Year's Fat Loss Blueprint. So before we get started, I want to make sure again, for those of you that didn't hear already, be ready. You guys are going to be interacting. You guys are going to be using the chat box. If you have a pen and paper to take notes, it's recommended, or you can open up, a notes app in your phone. That's also going to work fine because you guys are going to want to be able to there we go. You guys are going to want to be able to interact with this. You're going to walk away with the whole workout program. We're going to be walking through a step-by-step process to build it. There are going to be other things too that you're going to be assessing as well to get the most out of it. Okay. So be ready. Here we go. Let's dive right in. So, guys, the New Year's Fat Loss Blueprint, we're going to be losing inches, eating what you love still, and building strength. This is going to be key to building a lifestyle. Okay. Let's go ahead and dive in. So really quick, guys, a little overview on like what we're going to be doing over the next 30 minutes. It's probably going to take like an hour, being real. But we're going to be talking a little bit about me. I don't want to make it a whole lot about me, obviously, but I want you guys to know a little bit about like the purpose behind this and like why I do what I do, just a little bit. But we're going to be answering some main struggles and questions as to why we're struggling with specific things, right? I don't know where to start is a common struggle. Have to cut out carbs and food I love. Maybe you're struggling with the idea that that's what you need. Um, if it's a struggle to see results, we're going to be solving that issue. That you don't have time to work out, we're going to be solving that. You might be saying losing weight is just too hard, so you end up giving up and being discouraged. We're going to solve that too. Uh, you might be saying weight loss feels slow. You might be feeling like you're always regaining the weight back. These are common issues, and we're going to be solving all of them with step-by-step plan, okay? And then to wrap it all up, you're going to walk away with the nutrition game plan, training game plan off of all the information that we kind of covered, okay? But with each problem is another solution, another step that you'll be taking on your fitness, nutrition, lifestyle journey, okay? There will be also open Q&A. So at the end of all this, to wrap it all up, I'll make sure that you leave with all the answers that you need. Okay. I don't want you leaving here with questions. If you got questions, drop them and drop them while we're going through this so that I can answer them as we go. Okay. At each step, I'll stop to make sure that you are good and you understand to make sure you don't have any questions. Also, this is something I don't know if you guys already knew, but there's going to be a little surprise announcement at the end of all this. Something that I feel like you're going to be like, this is crazy. I can't believe that he's providing this opportunity. So bear with me. It's going to be pretty exciting. So here we go, guys. The journey that we're taking. Let's kick it off. First of all, guys, in the chat, let's use the chat right now. Who's ready? Who's hyped? I want to know in the chat. Are you guys excited? Let's go. Let me see a comment for everybody. I need at least I don't know how many people. There's 10 people at least in here. Um, Nathaniel said yes. Laura said let's go. Leslie's clapping. We need more comments, guys. Come on, drop them in the chat. I want you guys to get used to this. Texas 12. Sorry, man, I forget your name. Julie's popping in late. Come on, guys, more comments. Here we go. Jamie, you're saluting. I see you. iPhone's flexing. I already forgot your name. I think I don't forget. Maria's I'm ready. Okay, guys. You guys are ready. Here we go. Let's dive in. First thing, a little bit about me, the Sexy Beast Fitness, okay? That is me as a baby. I'm
What?
sharing this photo because, man, I want you guys to realize I've also had my own transformation. I've transformed. I was a pretty chubby baby. No, but in more reality, guys, reason why I'm sharing this is I want to let you guys know where I stand with fitness. Okay, fitness is not the most important thing in my life. I don't know if you guys realize that, but it's not. I'm a nutrition coach. This is how I, make a living, but it is not the most important thing in my life. And I'm sure you guys don't want it to be the number one thing in your life either, right? Unless you want to spend 7 days in the gym and be constantly obsessed with dieting and nutrition and macros to a point where it is the entirety of your life, this might not be the place for you. But if you want to look good, feel good, get amazing results, you do not have to sacrifice the things you love most and to shift your priorities around and make fitness the number one thing. Okay. We want to keep number one thing the number one thing, which is probably family, right? Now, the reason why I'm showing this photo is this is kind of like the birth, my birth, but also the birth of Sexy Beast Fitness. This guy here behind me is my dad. And sad to say, actually, a few years ago, he passed away from cancer. It was super abrupt and random. It wasn't like one of those stories in a movie where, there's a fight against cancer. No, it was like literally in the span of 3 months. We found out he had cancer. He had an operation. He was acting weird in September. Um, he had surgery in December. They found out they had a tumor. did a surgery, removed it, and he passed away like the next night from just complications from the surgery. It was really abrupt, but honestly, the reason I know that's super sad, but honestly, the reason why I share this is because um, that's fitness only serves a purpose to a point. It should be something that elevates your life and allows you to get more out of life. Life is precious, right? But if it becomes life, if you're constantly obsessed with how you look and you're not making progress and you're lacking confidence, it dampens the things that matter most. And this is what matters most. And so fitness can serve that purpose of adding to your life if done properly. And I promise you, you won't have to sacrifice life to get amazing, tremendous results. Okay. Now, my dad's name was Arnulfo. Super hard name to pronounce. Like, how do you even say that? Um, Arnulfo. Yeah, anytime he would meet somebody new, they would ask him, do you go by a nickname? And he was like, oh, yeah, they call me Sexy Beast. So it was like this ongoing joke he'd always say. And so shortly after he passed away, I knew I wanted to honor him. And so Sexy Beast Fitness was born. So if you guys want to be a sexy beast, okay, that means you want to always be striving for goals and being a better version of yourself. It means you want to keep family and like good times with good food the main priority. And it means you want to look good too. And heck yeah, we're going to look good from doing all this stuff, but we want to do it properly. So, anyways, just want to share that a little bit, okay? Because I don't know if you guys really know me. So, anyways, let's dive in to the first thing here. So, the first struggle, very common that most people say is I don't know where to start. And I'm gonna explain the Tinder image in a moment. But most people, when they begin their fitness journey, might do something like Google, what is the best diet to slim your thighs? Or what is the best nutrition plan to lose fat or look your best? And you might get a certain results, or you might hear a certain thing at work, and you just go with it. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this plan. I'm gonna do this keto diet, or I'm gonna do this random workout blueprint that I found on Google. You know what that's like? That's literally like marrying the very first person that you connect with on Tinder. It makes no sense. Because if you want to lose the weight and get the slim thighs and flatten the belly and keep the results, you better be ready to commit to that process for life. It's literally going to be a marriage. Okay. And I promise you, that's crazy, right? Marrying the first person you connect with on Tinder. I don't know. I've never used Tinder, by the way. But still, I mean, I think that would be literally insane. Like have some standards for yourself, right? Like what would before you get married to somebody, you probably would know what you want, hopefully. You have a certain standard for yourself. You also know who you are a little bit more. You're maybe a little bit more mature in the sense of you know who you are. Um, and so you need to figure that out. Now, when it comes to fitness and nutrition, it's the same thing. You need to know your starting point before you decide to set out on a specific workout plan or a nutrition plan. All right. Who are you first? Let's start with your standards. So, step one in this New Year's blueprint is we need to assess your starting point. And here is the first point that we're going to be taking out some paper and you're going to do some writing right now. So, here we go. First of all, that's my wife right there. Isn't she amazing, guys? Can really quick in the chat, can you guys just type in wow, beautiful, amazing, so I can share that with her? Can you just type it really quick? Just really quick. I'm gonna take a photo of that. Just do it. Quick. Come on. Yeah. Do it. Come on. Wow, she's beautiful. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's good. Gorgeous, beautiful. Awesome. Great. Thank you guys. I'm totally gonna share that with her. Wow. It's so cheesy. All right, thank you guys. All right. So if you want to achieve happiness with your fitness and nutrition, we need to know your starting point. We need to know your love language, Like we got to know your standards. What do you need? So there are six different areas of your health that we're going to assess right now. Take out a pen and paper, take out your notes app. We're going to walk through this, okay? Six things at a time. And I'll tell you what to write. The first thing that we need to assess is your nutrition. It's one of the foundations of your health and your fitness and your ability to lose fat. There's two specific areas. First one is quantity. How many calories are we eating? How much protein are we eating? How many carbs and how much fat are we eating? Now, this is on a daily average, okay? There's different quantities and different days, probably. Not everyone eats the exact same amount every day, but that's the first thing. Now, you might be thinking right now, I have no idea, Adrian, like how much I eat. If that is you, that's also the first place to start. I'd encourage you, okay, once we're done here, the first thing you need to figure out is that how much are you eating? You're going to track your calories if you don't already know for a week without making a goal, without making a change. Okay, you're not aiming for a calorie target, you're not aiming for a protein target. You are tracking to simply assess. Very similar to how you would make a budget and you take a look at your finances, what's coming in, what's coming out, right? You're not going to make any more money right away, but we need to figure out first what is happening. Second thing is quality. Okay, we need to know how much food is basically made from home. Quality is a very vague term, but essentially a good definition for quality food is quality food made from home. So roughly percentage wise, write down how many of your meals that you're making are they made using whole food ingredients. Okay. Now, if you're at home with parents, for example, or someone is making you a meal and it's made from home, that's still considered quality. Okay. Basically, how much of the food that you're making is fresh, roughly percentage wise. Don't overthink it either. Just get a number down. If it's 50%, cool. If it's 20%, not so cool, but we'll work on that. That's why we're here. Um, just so you guys know, though, the bar that I set for my clients and for people in general to be healthy, get results for quality is 80%. You never need to be eating 100% whole food quality stuff from home, right? That's not it's not realistic. So that's the first thing, okay? Quantity, quality. Second area is water. How many ounces of water are you drinking a day? Typical, water bottle is about 16 ounces to give you some frame reference. A gallon is 126 ounces. Um, You can just write down also how many bottles you drink. Maybe you have like a hydro flask or your own bottle that you carry with you all the time. How many of those do you drink? And go back and find out how many ounces are in there. Recommended water intake is half your body weight in ounces, or up to a gallon, excuse me. If you have significant, if you have a good amount of weight to lose, you don't need to be drinking more than a gallon. Third area to assess is your sleep. In two areas specifically, how many hours are you sleeping on a regular basis, on a daily average in a week? And what is that quality like? How rested do you feel from a scale of 1 to 10 when you wake up? Do you find yourself super like tired? Or are you super rested? Scale of 1 to 10. Fourth area is steps. Do you know how many daily steps you get on an average basis? If you don't know how many steps you get, like you have no way to track. By the way, if you carry your phone with you, your iPhone or your Android, they have a built-in step counter. So if you carry it on you, you should be able to at least find out with the iPhone. You can go to the health app and look at your daily step average. You don't need to watch for this. Um, what is your daily step average? And if you don't have any way to measure, just roughly on a scale of 1 to 10, how active are you outside of working out? Outside of working out, just how active are you? How much are you moving in a day? Scale of 1 to 10. Steps would be a specific number, though, much better. The fifth one is training. Okay, so right now with working out, how many days do you work out? Write that down. What's your skill level on a scale of 1 to 5? Five being you can coach people and teach them how to lift weights. One being absolutely you have never touched a dumbbell. You don't even know what a dumbbell is. You're like, what did he say? Did you call me dumb? No. Um, the third thing there too is how much available time availability do you have for lifting weights right now? And roughly, like how much time can you carve out for a workout? Okay. Now, the last thing there is stress. Very important. On a scale of 1 to 10, how stressed are you? I don't mean how well you're handling life. Maybe you're busy. Who was it? Was it I forget your name. Somebody in here was saying that she was driving with her kids, going to school, part-time student, and maybe working too. That sounds like a solid 10. Now you might be handling it though. You're probably not stressing. It's probably your normal. But for you guys, right? Like what is your stress level on a scale of 1 to 10? And then do you have like good coping strategies for that? And what are they? Write those down. So really quick there, guys, just go through that assessment. Nothing too fast, nothing too crazy. You're gonna set that aside for later. But this is important. This is gonna give us the framework to work off of so you can start making some improvements. Before I continue, I want to make sure everyone make this makes sense. Any questions, guys? Drop it in the chat right now. We're gonna refer to this later. So just make sure you have it, okay? Don't overthink it too much too. You just gotta get the data that you need. Brandon, what is up, man? I think you just showed up late. You're late, Brandon. No, I'm just kidding. You're good, man. Welcome. Better late than never. This is step one, man. We are first just assessing everything. Different areas of your health, nutrition, water, sleep, steps, training, and stress. You might have to just screenshot this really quick, bro. If you're on your phone, screenshot this and then set it aside. But this is being recorded for later, so you didn't miss much, dude. You're good. We just talked about basically don't marry the first person that you match with on Tinder. That's basically the gist of the goals. He's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. It'll make sense if you watch the playback. Okay, we're moving on. Okay. Jafan, this, yeah, I saw that. It made sense. Thank you for letting me know. Here we go. Okay, so the second big problem that people run into is they'll say something like, "I have to cut out carbs," and or "I love food." Like, why don't you lose weight, man? Why is weight loss so hard? It's because I love food. I'm sorry, but that is like one of the most annoying comments that I hear because not I'm annoyed at the person, but just the thought that being healthy or losing body fat means you don't eat good food. Like, I love food. You don't have to cut that out. We just are often making it harder than it needs to be. So a little before and after, just to show you some of like my journey. On this left side, I was struggling doing keto, fasting, 1,200 calories, and it was a struggle, and I wasn't getting the best results. When on this right photo, I was eating carbs, I was putting creamer in my coffee, I wasn't doing intermittent fasting, eating 2,200 calories. And you might be thinking, oh, he's working out a lot. No, I was actually only working out 3 days a week here, but I'll explain more in the future. We'll revisit the working out part. We're simply talking about nutrition right now. So you don't, it's not about how strict can you be with your diet. It really isn't. It's about approaching this in a way that will allow you to be consistent. And you can be consistent with something when it's enjoyable, when you're allowed to have more things in your food. That is me. That is does not look like me. Oh my gosh. All right. So what is the solution here? Step two, removal. We are not removing processed food. We're not removing preservatives. We're not removing anything specific other than the thoughts that are holding us back from making this harder than it needs to be. You need to remove this idea that there is such thing as bad foods. You need to get rid of that idea. Maybe sounds crazy, but bear with me. Food is not a moral decision. You're not a good or bad person based off of the choices you're making with your food. Food has more or less calories. Food has more or less protein, carbs, and fat, more or less nutrients. But all of this food here is good in different ways. Like, it's good for, like, it's calories, it's energy. Nothing wrong with some cinnamon toast crunch. In fact, it's amazing. Nothing wrong with some chicken, rice, and veggies. Nothing wrong with a burger and fries or pizza or a concha. I want to know from you guys though, like, what is a food really quick in the chat like that you guys love that you maybe sometimes feel guilty for eating? I want to know right now. I want to know that there are some foodies here, please. Because one thing we need to remove is this idea that anything is off limits, that a food you cannot eat. Guys, it is not what you eat that causes weight gain or weight loss. It's how much you eat. That is the foundation that we need to build from, okay? We'll get into more details in a moment, but that is the first principle that we need to take with us. And we need to remove this idea that foods are bad. Let's see what kind of foods we got here. Jamie, pizza. I love it. Classic. You can't go wrong. I have pizza in the fridge. Kind of want to get a slice. Maria, tamales. Aren't you tired of tamales, Maria? I'm tired of tamales, man. I had so many. I'm done. But I feel you. Tamales are amazing. Pasta. Can't go. Bro, pasta's an easy one. Pasta is actually great for you guys. Why is chicken, rice, and broccoli always like the staple health food? You can do chicken, pasta, and broccoli. But yeah, man, I hear you. Pasta though, definitely doable, man. That's a good one. Chicken Alfredo, some creamy chicken Alfredo. Fast food in general. Yes. My favorite is like Wingstop, like wings or burgers, like In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A or Popeyes or yeah, I'm with you. Actually, pretty much fast food in general. It's all pretty good. Deborah said rice. Oh man, that's a good one. Rice is good for you guys. Rice is a whole food. So good on the digestion. Brandon, full sugar juice and soda. I feel you, man. That's one I don't feel very good either. I just switched to diet sodas, but it's doable. For me, it's not worth it though. But I hear you, man. Cynthia, any fast food, chips, candy, Whataburger, overrated. But yeah, just kidding. Holly, candy. Don't rub your In-N-Out to us from the east. You guys are getting some soon. I think they're opening one in Florida. Don't worry. We have one literally walking distance from my house opening. And like me and my wife drove right by it, the In-N-Out that they're building. She's like, "Oh my God, that building is so beautiful." We can't wait. Um, so it's not what you eat, it's how much you eat, okay, guys? All those things that you listed are literally on limit as long as we understand the other core principles of what we need to do. to achieve the results that you want, okay? So let's get rid of this idea. Let's not make it moral. Let's be logical. More or less calories, yes. More or less nutrients, more or less macros, but not good or bad. You're not a bad person, okay? Okay, next step, next challenge that people go through. Oh, except vegan food, by the way. Vegan food is bad. I tofu is horrible. Guys, save the plants, please, okay? It's important that we save the lives of our plants. I'm totally kidding, obviously. But if you are vegan and you're looking for a coach, I'm not your guy. Just saying. All right, just teasing. Moving on. Excuse me. The next big thing here now, okay? Now we're going to get a little bit deeper into some science. The common thing that people will grasp is, okay, cool, Adrian, I get it. It's not what I eat, it's how much I eat. I'm hitting a calorie target, but I'm not seeing results. I'm dealing with binge eating and cravings, and I have no motivation or consistency. It's a struggle. Okay. Let's dive into a little bit more specifics here of what happens. Okay. First of all, you need to know what a calorie deficit is. It's how weight loss happens. It's not a diet. If you do keto, it's putting you in a calorie deficit. Okay. So this is an example of a normal calorie deficit. So here on this left here, right? You have a person eating 1,700 total calories in a day, regardless of what it is, 1,700 calories, and their body is burning in a day 2,200. There's a difference in calories. This person will lose weight if they stay on this path on a weekly average. Okay, they will lose weight. However, maybe you're somebody who's tried and attempted to hit a calorie target and they do it and they see no results or very little. You might be something like this, and this is more common than you think, right? Maybe you're eating only 1,200 calories, but if your body is only burning 1,200 calories, there's no calorie deficit. I've heard people say, man, I'm hitting my calorie target. I'm in a calorie deficit, but I'm not losing weight. Then that means you're not in a calorie deficit. This person's eating only 1,200 calories. They're not losing weight because their body's burning equal to what they're eating, because their body's not burning a whole lot to begin with. Now, there's many reasons why people don't burn a lot of calories, and we're going to touch on that right now. This is important. Many of you have an opportunity to increase how many calories your body's burning for you, okay? Some of you aren't ready to cut calories yet. You might be in this situation here. And by getting your body to burn more calories for you, it'll address all the binge eating, the cravings, the low energy, the low motivation, because it's all a sign that we need metabolic restoration, okay? Step 3 is restoration. We might need more calories. We might need more quality food. But first thing, before I go through that list, more calories. What, Adrian? We're trying to lose fat here, and you're telling me I might need more calories. Explain to me how that works. Let's go an example, okay? This is oh dang, Arturo. What the heck? I was blanking on his name. This is Arturo here. Okay, let me show this example here for Arturo. Here in this left photo is when he started with me. He was eating 1,700 calories. Now, this guy is a pretty tall dude. Okay. He's like 6'3", maybe 6'2". Weighing here around like 260 something pounds. Okay. Now, he was eating 1,700 calories here. And in this right photo, we didn't even cut calories. We increased calories. We restored his body's ability to burn more calories for him. In this right photo, he's eating 2,600 calories. Look at that transformation. He started eating more food, and clearly his belly fat is reduced. We not only did this, right? We also focused on 3 days of strength training, which we'll get into in a moment. Why that's also very essential to getting results like this. But case in point, the solution is sometimes not always to cut calories. We may need more calories based off of how much you're currently eating. That's why we need to assess how much are you currently eating right now. The second thing is more quality food. You might need that. More quality food is more nutrients, so your body functions better, so that your body's engine is burning more calories more effectively. Third thing is more sleep. Obviously, if we're getting more sleep, more energy, our body's burning more calories. If we get more steps, we're moving more, we're burning more calories. More water. Our body's 70% water. All of the functions of your body. Think of your water as like oil in your engine, in your car engine, right? If you don't put oil, that thing's going to break down. We need water so we can burn calories effectively. More strength. We need more strength, more muscle, more weight training, more strength. We'll dive into that in a moment. And this, of course, last thing is lowering stress, right? Finding more opportunities to lower. All these things will lower stress, by the way. If you are in a mentally anxious, depressed, stressed place, it could just be the fact that you're like not taking care of your health in a way, right? And if you take care of those things, you end up mentally feeling a lot better. So lowering stress is also very important so that we can also get your body feeling more. Like think about if you think about for a moment, imagine somebody who's stressed and depressed. They look a certain way, right? Their posture is more slumped. They don't feel very good. They don't move as much. Whereas somebody who's energetic and happy and like lower stress is just like moving all the time, like chill, man. Right? So they're obviously burning more calories too. So we need to restore your body's ability to burn more body fat in step three. We need to look at these different areas of your health and dial those things in. These are that's a long list of things though, and I can honestly see how that can seem overwhelming for some of you. I'm not saying we fix all seven things all at once. We focus on one to three things max at a time. I would encourage you to start with nutrition or training. But all these examples are of people who literally were in the exact same position thinking, Adrian, what, bro? You're telling me I'm going to eat more calories? Jacob here went from 300 to below 200. I mean, that's not below 200, this right photo. But this is from the point where we were slowly increasing calories. He was eating 1,700 calories too, and we slowly brought them up to 3,300. Now, that's for him. He's also like 6'3". He was weighing around 300 pounds. Okay. But that was appropriate calories for him to boost up his metabolism, to get his body to back to maintenance. Um, Dang, I am like drawing a blank on names right now. That's horrible. I feel bad. Freaking she starts with a J. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. Forgive me. I'm going to message her after this and be like, I forgot your name, and I can't believe I forgot your name. Anyways, she this transformation here was also her weight training and simply slowly increasing calories. She was eating around only 1,400 calories and brought it up to 2,400 calories. And this is less inflammation, less stress, more energy. We were also, again, weight training with everybody here. Nobody here wasn't weight training. And I'll explain why that, again, is so important. But case in point, guys, sometimes the solution is not to add more stress by cutting calories even lower. We sometimes need to lower stress by giving your body what it needs, the appropriate amount of calories, more quality food, more sleep, steps, water, strength, and stress management tools. Now, I want to check the chat. Any questions here, guys, with this? Anything at all? Does this make sense so far? Are we good? Is this like blowing anyone's mind at all? Is this kind of like shifting already some paradigms? Like, oh, dang, I probably should consider doing this. Maybe it's not just about stressing your body as much as possible to get results. Cool. I got one yes. I love it though. Thank you, iPhone. Okay, we got some more people. Good, good. Leslie's like, oh, that's a funny emoji. I love it. Oh, we got someone else popped in. Definitely got to step up my sleep. I feel that. Brandon, dude, honestly, the thing with the sleep thing, I hear you. As a coach, one of the jokes I always make is when we're going to work on sleep, I'm not simply going to tell you to get more sleep. That's not coaching, right? Sometimes we have to just work around things to get your sleep to improve automatically. Like if you start to strength train and eat more quality food and more calories in general, that tends to lower stress to allow you to more easily fall asleep. So there's a lot of ways to work on sleep indirectly. And a lot of times as we focus on training, for example, like the pillars of training and nutrition, everything else automatically improves. You naturally get better sleep, stress lowers, right? You drink more water because you're working out, because you're thirsty more, right? Do naps count? You know, technically when it comes to sleep, yes, it does count. When it comes to sleep, it's not about how many hours you get in one night. It's about how many cycles your body goes through to get rest. So a typical rest cycle lasts about 90 minutes. You go through different stages of sleep. You go like light sleep, deep sleep, REM, and then back out. And actually, everybody wakes up lightly every night, multiple times a night. They just don't realize it. Some people do wake up. Don't stress it. It's normal. Just close your eyes back down and you'll get right back into it. Some people stress it when they wake. No one sleeps 8 hours straight. Nobody does. Even if you think you do, you're actually not. Technically, you're not. So you can actually make up for lost cycles of sleep by getting some in the day, like a nap. A cycle again is about 90 minutes long. You can just get like a 30-minute sleep nap in though too to help you. Typically, you want to be getting 4 to 5 cycles a night. That's why also it's important you wake up at a 7 hour interval or a 9 hour interval, not like 8 hours. Sometimes 8 hours is like in the middle of a cycle, which is horrible to wake up out of. Anyways, that's a whole other tangent. Sleep is just a whole other thing. But anyways, Everyone can probably get more sleep. A lot of people are commenting on it. So, anyways, we're gonna move on here now, okay? To step four. This is where we're now gonna get a little bit more exciting with the fat loss activation. Here we go. Now, a common challenge people also receive is, or hear, or say, is I don't have time to work out. And the only reason why you're saying that is because you have this perception that you're supposed to be doing endless amounts of cardio to get results, or you think you're supposed to be spending 7 days in the gym, or you're focusing on burning calories, right? You think burning calories with your exercise is how people lose fat. No, it's not. It sounds crazy, but it's not. And I'll explain why. You're going to understand it exactly in a moment. And what this does again is like it just takes time away from the family and friends, hanging out with people, and then you end up burning out and giving up and saying, "Oh, I can't lose this weight." It's not that you can't, it's just that you're just going about it in the wrong way. That's like the main theme here, right? So let's start working smarter, not harder. So let's break this down. Why is burning calories towards your fat loss a losing strategy? Why is that a losing strategy? Let's explain this with a simple demonstration, simple graphic. Cardio. Let's say in week one, okay? Week one, you go run a mile every day for a week. Then you do the same amount week two. Okay, week two, you run the exact same amount, 1 mile every day. Do you think the running got easier or did it get harder? Probably got easier, right? Like you got better at it. You notice like you're less out of breath. You're less sore. You're like, oh yeah, this is kind of like getting kind of fun. If it got easier, your body became more efficient at it, meaning it also doesn't require as many calories to perform it. So you'll notice week one, you burn X amount of calories. Week two, you burn less and less and less as the weeks progress. Now, by week three, week four, you're noticing something's up, right? You're like, I'm not losing as much weight as I was before. What do I do? I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to do more cardio. I'm going to do 2 miles or run an extra day. While that will for sure increase the calorie burn, the same thing will happen. Your body will adapt to that and you'll start burning less and less over time. Burning your way to fat loss is giving you negative returns over time. What burns a lot of calories in the initial burns less over time. So prioritizing cardio and thinking I need to burn calories to get to my goal is a losing strategy. It's going to require increasingly more and more time to get results and not to mention maintain results. The minute you stop doing this burn, there goes all those extra calories you were burning before. So what do we do instead? Let's activate fat loss properly. Okay. Back to like my before and after. I was also running every day and I was doing cardio with weights. Like I was weight training, but I was performing it in a way that was more cardio than it was actual strength training. So just because you're throwing weights around does not mean you're properly training either. Again, you guys are going to be walking away with a training plan here in a moment. So when we breaking that down, so you'll know what a good example is. And you'll have one to use. But in this right foot, I was doing 3 days of full body strength training, workouts for 45 minutes to an hour, and I was walking 10,000 steps. I wasn't doing any running at all. Now, why is strength training different? Week one, I burn X amount of calories. Week two, I burn a little bit more. Week three, I burn more and more and more over time. What is happening here? Why is it that with strength training, I'm burning more calories over time? Now, I don't, if you notice, right, and with cardio, I burn a lot right away. With strength training, you really don't burn a lot in an individual training session. Over time, I'm burning more though. What's happening? If I'm building strength, I'm building muscle. If I have more muscle on my body's now burning more calories to maintain that muscle. Strength training is something that will always give you more and more return on the time you spend, as opposed to cardio, it's giving you less and less return over time. Think of cardio more as like a nitrous boost. You have it in your back pocket to use sparingly in the moments where you maybe want to get really quick results, like in a short period of time, but you don't want to be using it all the time. You're thrashing your body that way. But with strength training, you're always giving your body what it needs to then speed up its metabolism to burn more calories over time. And you can do twice. The minimum you need, guys, is at least twice a week, and you will build strength. You will build muscle. Three is a really good sweet spot for a lot of people. Most of my clients are working out 3 days a week. I'm currently working out 5 days a week because it fits with my life and I love it. It fits perfectly, you know? Um, so we'll talk again in a moment about how you're going to walk away with a personalized program based off of how many days and everything. But yes, this is what the key thing I want you to take away with why weight training is such a smarter approach and easier in the sense of it's getting you more results. Okay. The other last thing, there might be some hesitancy with weights in general. You might be a little bit intimidated by it. Understandable. I get it. Like it can be kind of scary, right? Going into a gym. You don't need to go in a gym. You can do weight training from home using body weight. If you got up out of a chair today, you did a squat. You did strength training of some kind today already. Now we just need to take what you can already do and build slightly up from it to get a little bit stronger. That way you're getting your body to ramp up its metabolism. Okay. Any questions here with step 4? We are now activating fat loss. Okay. We set the foundation in step 1, 2, and 3. Step 1, we assessed our starting point. Step 2, we removed these ideas around nutrition that are holding you back, making it harder than it needs to be. Step 3, we started restoring your metabolism by either giving your body more calories or more quality sleep, all that stuff. And now we're activating fat loss by starting to work out. Okay. We're going to start training here. Any questions though? Everything makes sense? I'm assuming by the lack of comments that it all makes sense. Good. I'm glad. Okay, let's keep this thing rolling. Here we go. So there's me eating a donut. Super random photo. The next big common thing people say is losing weight is just too hard, right? Again, you're removing foods you love. You are doing exercise you hate. You don't even want to be doing cardio, but you're doing it because you think you have to. You're working another job and you're seeing little to no results. This is not the path to a sustainable journey. It's just not. So the solution is the steps that we've gone through so far up to this point, right? We assess your starting point. We remove the food. We remove this idea that food is bad. We restore your body's ability to burn more body fat by eating more and feeling great. And then, of course, activating fat loss by training. So let's take these steps now, and we're now going to apply it to a step-by-step process. What does it actually look like when we're doing these things? What is a nutrition plan? What is the training plan that we're going to do? This is where I need you guys to be ready to take some more notes because these are the action steps that you're going to be taking for yourself. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so this is the nutrition game plan for everybody here. And based off of where you're at, though, this is very personalized to you. What are we looking at here? We're looking at first 3 different phases. Phase 1, hunger management. Phase 2, calorie awareness. Phase 3, macro awareness. You get to decide where to begin here, okay? It's up to you. Choose the path of least resistance. All these things, all these steps will lead to weight loss. But we're going to be, over time, you're going to be building from these things, okay? So here's how it works. Phase 1, hunger management. There's 3 steps within phase 1. The easiest thing to do with nutrition is start every day with 25 grams of protein for breakfast. Easy, simple, maybe not easy, but simple. There's a lot of ways to get this protein breakfast, by the way. We can, I can definitely give you some more ideas, guys, but we can eat a protein shake. It doesn't have to be a full-on meal. It can be 2 eggs with 2 egg whites. It can be a protein pancake. Again, simple one is just protein added to your coffee, 25 grams of protein right there. Boom. The goal though, for you to go from phase, like if this is where you're going to start, step 1, you need to complete this goal at least 4 times out of 7 days in a week. If you can get to a habit or routine of you doing this 4 out of 7 days, then you can graduate to the next level. That's how this whole thing works. Level 2 is now you're focusing on doing adding that protein in for your lunch and dinner. Right? So we're building up. Now we're focusing on lunch and dinner, adding 25 grams of protein there. And the last step in hunger management is getting into a habit of making sure 2 out of the 3 meals that you eat in a day is cooked from home using whole foods. So 4 out of 7 days you're doing that, 4 out of 7 days here, 4 out of 7 days you are doing 2/3 of your meals from home. Okay, that is the phase 1 hunger management. If you were to focus on just this goal, guys, I promise you already started losing weight. If you're also working out, of course. Now, maybe you're ready for step 2, right? Maybe you're kind of like, Adrian, I'm pretty much here. I'm doing these things for the most part. I'm ready to get down to it and just start tracking calories in step 1 for calorie awareness. Then step 2 is actually hitting a target. Now, what is your guys' calorie target? That's a good question. In order for us to know the appropriate amount of calories that you should be eating to lose weight, we first need to know how much you're currently eating. Remember, step 1 in this whole thing was assessment, right? We need to assess your current starting point. We need to assess how many calories you're currently eating on a daily basis. So track your calories for a week if you don't already know. That is number one. We need to start there. So start tracking, right? Maybe you're here, start tracking. Based off of that number, we're going to know if we either need to increase calories to get to maintenance calories, or if we're ready and or if we're already overeating, we then need to go into a calorie deficit. So your maintenance calories can be found by going to an online calculator. TDEE calculator is a great one. You can write that down. TDEE calculator.net. You can go there to find out your maintenance calories. Don't go there though until you've tracked your calories for a week. Because if you track your calories for a week, you then take that number on average and compare that to your maintenance. You'll either know if you're overeating or undereating. Got it? So if you are undereating, which is likely the case, by the way, I've literally coached hundreds of people and I can count in my hand how many people are overeating. It's very rare, actually. Most people are undereating. We just are so stressed all the time. We've already have a history of dieting and dieting and dieting. And so we're just used to undereating. You're likely to find that you're undereating. So if that's the case, we need to start by slowly increasing our calories and getting some maintenance calories first. Okay. Um, so then your goal is to hit whatever target you're going to set 4 to 7 days, build up to eventually being able to do it 3 out of 4 weeks. You're hitting the target, and then you're ready for phase three. By phase three, these are just kind of details that you might not even need to like super dive into. You might be good already. But phase one is definitely hitting a protein target. We want to be doing that 5 out of 7 days. How much protein should you be eating? Get ready to write this one down too. What is the ideal protein target? The ideal protein target is 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight. Okay. The lower end of it is zero point 0.8 grams per pound of goal body weight. So as long as you're in that range of zero point 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of goal body weight, you're good. In case you don't know, you take your goal body weight, like let's say it's 100 pounds, you multiply it by that by zero point 0.8, excuse me, that's 80 grams of protein, right? You take zero point 0.8, multiply by um, your goal body weight. Then we want to hit a fiber target, right? That's the next phase with macros. This ensures that the carbs you're eating are higher in quality and allows digestion to be really well. Also helps with energy and stuff. Fiber is pretty important for a lot of things. Now, what's the ideal fiber intake? For women, it's 21 to 25 grams a day. For males, it's 31 to 35. 21 to 25 for women, 31 to 35 for males. And then lastly, it's hitting a fat target. We just want to make sure your fat is not dropping too low, essentially. We want to make sure we're at a minimum of 20% of your calories. Dropping fat lower than that can cause a lot of hormonal issues. Women can lose their period, men and women can start losing their hair. It can create a lot of different nutrient deficiencies because there's certain vitamins that your body can only absorb if you're eating enough fat. Fat is important to make sure it's not dropping below a certain threshold. We need a minimum of 20%. And that's the only rule with fat. You can eat more than that if you want. Just minimum of 20. So these are the phases that you go through with nutrition. These are the steps you go through. Keeping it simple. Nothing else. Don't be distracted. Don't do a 25-gram protein breakfast goal and then be like, should I be eating carbs? Eat carbs if you want. That's not the goal. Have 25 grams of protein for breakfast. Did you do that or not? That is the number one thing. Okay. I need you guys to ask questions here if you guys have any questions. This is kind of a lot of information here, and I know it is, and I want to make sure you guys are good. We got people still popping in. That's funny. Oh, there, I got him in. Okay. Where are we at here? Holly, ratio yogurt has 25 grams for one container. That's amazing. I've never seen that yogurt before. That's clutch for sure. That would be an easy one. Laura said, I just calculated my maintenance calories and I'm not eating enough. Cool. So I'm glad you realized that. We need to address that for sure before we cut calories even more. So now you know what to do. We need to slowly increase our calories to your maintenance. So wherever you're at now, Laura, you're going to be increasing in intervals of anywhere between 100 to 250 calories, anywhere between 100 to 250 calories every 2 to 4 weeks until you get to your maintenance. Because here's the thing too, the calculator that you went to is not perfect, but it's definitely a good estimation of where your maintenance truly is. So you're gonna be slowly increasing your calories until you get there. Okay. But make sure you're already hitting enough protein. I mean, make sure like you're also hitting protein targets and all that good stuff too. Okay. And then weight training. All right. Any other questions? I'm gonna move on, guys. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop it in. Let's keep going though. Oh, really quick. Okay, cool. Ours did right. All right, cool. Glad it makes sense. All right, now we're gonna go into training. All right, so this is gonna be a step-by-step process where we're gonna build out your workout program right now. Like literally, it's the most simple thing. Um, this is gonna be pretty simple to make sure that you are making the most of your time with your workout plan. So step one, we need to establish how many days you're gonna be working out first. Okay. And we have four different templates of what we can potentially choose. But right now, before you look at the 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day, I want you to ask yourself this, a realistic question. And this is something I ask all my clients when they start a program because they're super excited when they start coaching. They're like, oh my gosh, like I'm ready, coach. Do whatever you tell me to do, I'll do it. And I like always appreciate the enthusiasm. And I'll ask them, how many days do you want to work out? And they'll be like, 7. I'm like, okay, how many days are you working out right now? And they're like, not at all. Okay, maybe it's more realistic. We start with 3. Do you think that's like more realistic? Yes, cool. Let's go with that. I want you to ask yourself this. How many days a week can you work out for the rest of your life? When you ask yourself that question, you're going to get yourself a much more realistic answer because you start considering a lot of potential challenges that come up with life, right? So ask yourself that. How many days are you ready to commit to? Is it going to be 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, or 6 days for the rest of your life? We can always do more later. Most of my clients are working out 3 days a week. I'll tell you that. It's not a bad choice. So, with that in mind, what is it going to be for you? Is it 3 days? If so, we're likely going to be doing full body. Okay. And a typical split with full body is going to look like Monday you're working out, Tuesday you're off. That's what the blue square is. Monday you're working out, Tuesday you're off, Wednesday working out, Thursday off, Friday working out. Now, any 3 days of the week, though, honestly, that's just an example. It could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It could be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Sometimes life happens and you can't stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you have to do Monday, Tuesday, and then Friday. That's fine too. Just get into 3 workouts in a week. Okay. Don't overthink it. 4 days. If you're doing 4 days, you're probably going to be doing an upper, lower split. Upper body or lower body on Monday, upper or lower on Tuesday. By the way, you would do upper on Monday if you probably want to develop your upper body more. If you're wanting to develop your lower body more, you probably start Monday with your lower body, right? Start with the day that you want to develop more. So, anyways, right, upper or lower, upper, lower, and then resting a day in the middle to give your body a break. A 5 day split. Now, these are the two different options for a 5 day split. And really, it's a matter of like what I mean. Typically, I find it's either male or female because most men want more upper body development, most women want more lower body development, understandably, right? Hey, but whatever you want, all good. But a good split for a 5 day split would be like a leg quad focus day, push pull, and then a legs glute day, and then an upper body day. For that would be like the male one. And then for women, you do like 3 different leg days, right? But a glute focus leg day, and then a quad focus leg day, and then a general leg day. Then you got to push and pull in the middle. I'll explain more specific right now with a push, pull, and all that. Okay, so don't worry if there's any confusion there. I got you guys. I know there's a lot of beginners in here. That's totally fine. I don't want you to be intimidated. You can ask questions too, but I'm gonna explain in more details in a moment. Don't worry. But on a 5 day split, you would typically do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then a rest day in the middle of the week to give your body a break, and then Friday, Saturday. You can do 5 days straight. This would just be like an ideal. I know everyone's schedule is a little bit different. Not everybody wants to work out on Saturday. That's fine. Again, don't overthink it. Just get the 5 in if that's what you want to do. And then 6 days, I don't think anyone here is going to be doing 6 days. And I encourage you not to. If you're currently doing 6 days, I'd encourage you to actually dial it back. Like, try out 4 days. You probably will get better results. I don't think anyone's going to be here. But in case you ever want to, it's a push pull leg, right? Push pull leg, rest, push pull leg, rest, push pull leg, rest. Just keep repeating that. But typically that leads to a lot of overtraining and poor results. You're not recovering optimally from what you're doing. So more is not more, less is sometimes more. Leslie, so for us that don't know how many calories we intake, do we eat normally or hit the protein goals or both? Calories number one, protein is 1A. It's also important, but don't go over your calories if you need to in order to get your protein. Calories is number one, protein is 1A. Both important. Holly, 5 days because I work Monday through Friday. It keeps me on a good routine. Weekends are tough with kids. I feel that. Cool. I love it. Wait, you're gonna do 5 days because you're busy? Okay. I mean, that's fine. Whatever you can be consistent with, honestly. If that works for you, great. Um, Cool. Hopefully we're good here, guys. You established how many days. Let's move on to step two. Here we go. Step two. Now we're going to be choosing the exercises. Okay. First of all, you're not choosing any of these right now. I'm simply going to categorize these for you really quick. Okay. Just need to know that when it comes to weightlifting, there are two general categories for exercises. There are compound exercises, and these are the most important ones. And then there's the isolation exercise. These are like the icing on the cake. This literally builds the booty, builds the cake, and this is the icing on top. Okay. So compound exercises, there are five general categories. There's squat compounds, and there's a lot of different types of squat exercises. I mean, traditionally body weight squat, right? You got a barbell squat where you're holding the weight on the back, but then technically a leg press, right? When you're the machine where you're pressing the thing is a squat variation. If you think about it, it's the same motion of a squat. So it's a squat variation. Then you have a row compound, right? Anything that's pulling, you're pulling. You have a pressing compound, anything you're pushing away. Then you have an overhead compound, right? Overhead press, like dumbbell or shoulder or anything like that. Machines too. And then you got hip hinges, right? Anything where you're hinging mainly primarily at the hip. You got your deadlifts there, your hip thrusts, things like that. So those are the general foundational exercises that you're going to want to have in your program, and we're going to click and drag in a moment. Don't worry. I'm just talking. You're not doing anything here right now. Then we have isolation stuff, right? These are exercises that incorporate only one muscle during the movement, right? Dumbbell flies, right? It's like this where you're doing a fly. That's for your chest. Then you have like tricep, right? Where you're just only overhead tricep extension like this. You have with legs, leg extension machine where you're kicking your leg out. That's like only targeting your quad muscle, the front of your leg. These are different isolation exercises. What I want you to do, you can screenshot actually, guys, this really quick if you're on the phone or if you get a recording. Don't worry though, if you don't even have a way to do that, you're good. But I think it'd be good to have just say that real quick. We got more people popping in still here. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna be choosing our exercise. So here's what the thing's gonna look. So let's back up really quick. Let me zoom out. So step one, you chose your day, right? Full body, lower body, upper body, or whatever on the thing. Okay. Now, coming back here, you're either doing three full body routines because that's the 3 days you're working out, or you're doing the 5 day split, which is going to ask for an upper body, lower body, a push pull, or a leg glute, leg quad, right? You guys with me so far? Or you're doing a 4 day split. That's the 4 day split, right? Upper, lower, upper, lower. So then you would go here and just use this as a template, upper, lower, upper, lower. And if you zoom in here, I'll zoom in. All right, can I? It's not letting me. You guys can see hopefully probably fine, right? You'll see like there's a specific exercise selection here. For the full body, you'll be doing a lower compound and then a push compound and then a pull compound, right? So you have, you know, leg compound, push, pull, compound, right? So these are the click and drag, like general categories for the exercises within the routine that you will be doing for the amount of days that you're going. This is how we're choosing our exercises. So you notice the pattern here. We're starting with compounds with every day and finishing with isolation. That is like a smart general way to train. Like your big moments first, the ones that build the cake, and then you're icing on top at towards the end of the workout. So now we have, wait. So what I want you guys to do, what you guys can do here for yourself, I'm gonna teach you how to fish. You have all these different isolation exercises to choose from, but you can also go in here looking at this and be like, okay, I want a lower compound leg exercise. There's a lot, right? There's squats, deadlifts, things like that. You can also simply Google what lower compound exercise, and you'll see right away a ton of different options. Choose whatever one you want, click and drag it, and plug it in to this first one here, for example. Then search push compound, click and drag and plug it in. Whatever you feel is appropriate on a piece of paper, you'll be doing that. Now, if you're doing the 3 days of full body, you'll have three separate days of three different exercises and three different routines, and vice versa for every single one that you're doing here. Does that all make sense, guys? Hopefully that all makes sense. Can I just see like a thumbs up from like everyone in the chat really quick? Just like that all makes sense so far? Or is there any confusion at all? Please let me know. Thumbs up. Marisa Brand. Yeah, cool. All right, guys. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Cool. Appreciate that. Cool. All right, go. Cool, guys. Okay, moving on here. Now we're not done building the routine yet. We have now the exercises selected, the amount of days that we're doing. Now we need to establish how many sets are we doing. Just for those you don't know, a set, right, a working set is a set taking 1 to 2 reps short of failure. So when I say that, it means you're doing, like, let's say you're squatting, you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 squats. That's 10 repetitions. Those 10 repetitions are in one set, right? So that's a set. In order for you to build muscle, guys, it's not about how many reps necessarily. We need to make sure that the sets that we're doing, we're taking close to failure to a point where you cannot do another rep. Like if I was squatting and I was getting to 1, 2, 3, and I'm like starting to struggle at 8, and I'm like 9, and I'm like 10, that's a really good set. That's like you getting really close to a point where you were not able to get back up. Now you don't need to get right up to the line. You can stop a few reps before that too, and you'll still be sending a muscle building signal. Okay, that's important for you to know. So how many of those sets should you be doing in a week? That's the way you think about this. This will determine how many you do. So if you're just starting out, I highly recommend you're in the 10 to 12 sets per body part per week range. So you're going to take 10 to 12 sets in a week, and then you're going to distribute like 3 for this day for my leg day, 3 for this leg, and 3 for this one, right? And then you got your upper body stuff. I'm going to distribute the sets here and here and here on the different days that you put your routine. Now, this is the minimum required to grow, to build muscle, to build strength. For most of us, the maximum amount that we'll ever do to maximize results is 13 to 16 sets per body part per week. And this is also for someone that's a little bit more experienced as well, honestly. Like this is after like about 6 months of you training consistently, we can start building more to this. You'll get plenty of results here, guys, if you're just starting. Now, 17 to 20, a lot of us will never get there. I'm not even here. I don't train that much. I'm working on 5 days a week and I get like about 15, 16 sets per body part per week right now. This is for like, again, the person who this is almost like their life. This is the bodybuilders, the people on steroids, the people who are competing, and this is their sport. This is their life. But maybe you do have that life balance right now where you can do this. Like, I don't know. Cool, great. But remember, the main thing is like getting results. You don't need to do more to get results. And oftentimes it's not the best thing because you're not recovering. Most people will only ever get to this point as a peak, and that's fine. It's great. You'll feel good. Here's a great place to start for a lot of people. Okay. So you're taking the number of sets you're doing and you're going to distribute. I'm going to do X amount of sets for this exercise and this exercise on these days to make sure I'm not doing more than 10 to 12 per body part per week. Okay. Now, step 4 is where we establish reps. Okay. How many repetitions do you do? There are 3 general rep ranges to work within. When you are in at times you might want to work in a 2 to 5 rep range where you literally cannot do more than 5. That's lifting really heavy. And that's good for you to do at times. A lot of people, I think you will start here in the first month of training, 8 to 12, and that's a great place to be at, and you can stay there for a long time. 8 to 12 rep range. This is going to maximize muscle growth. And then you have a 15 to 20 rep range, which is higher, is more strength endurance, can still build some muscle, not a lot of strength, but it's good to do on occasion. So the way of thinking of this is with the 2 to 5 rep range, you're maximizing strength, you're building some muscle and a little bit of endurance. With this middle one, you're maximizing muscle growth, building some strength for sure, and a good amount of endurance as well. And with endurance, you're maximizing strength and endurance, meaning you can do more without taking a break, building some muscle and a little bit of strength. It's good to change these rep ranges every so often. I'll explain that in a moment. But basically, you're going to set a rep range with your routine. When you look at your workout plan, you're saying, with every exercise, I'm trying to be in a rep range of 8 to 12. Meaning, if you can do 12 or more, it's now too light. Time to add more weight. If you're not even able to do 8, it's too heavy. Now, if it's set 3, for example, of a lift, and you're not able to do 8, that's fine. If you're able to do, higher reps for the first 2. But generally speaking, you want to be in the 8 to 12 rep range for most of your sets. And then if you can do 12, think of that as like you won. This is a game. You're trying to do 12 reps at a certain amount of weight. And once you can do 12 reps, you're ready. You're ready for more weight. You're leveling up. Time to add 5 more pounds to the lift to challenge your body that much more, just a little bit more. And you're playing this game of trying to get to 12 and then repeating. And you do that whatever rep range you're working in. Now, tempo is how fast you're lifting. Um, Slow and controlled is going to be the thing that maximizes muscle growth the most. Sometimes there's a time to be explosive and just bust out reps, We'll go for more speed, but most of us will be here, okay? 4-2-2, meaning you're taking 4 seconds to bring it down, 2 second pause at the bottom, and taking 2 seconds to come back up. I don't expect you to count seconds where you're like 1, 2, 3, 4. No, just more of like a feel. You might want to count the first couple times maybe to make sure you're doing it right, but generally speaking, just slow and controlled, right? That maximizes the growth as well. Rest time. We want to be resting at least 60 to 90 seconds between sets. Resting less is more cardio than it is building muscle, building strength. Some people think if I rest less, I'm going to get more results. No, that's not the case. So, tempo, rest time, okay? Any questions here with this part here? Everything makes sense here? How are we doing, guys? There's a lot of information. Are you guys brain fried right now? How are we doing? Vibe check, vibe check. You guys are good? Laura, I went to the gym today and seeing people resting a lot between sets, as you should be doing. I know it seems like it's a waste of time. That's how you get the best results. Not just bouncing from exercise to exercise, thinking that you need to be sweaty and out of breath and burning a ton of calories. Okay, last step, guys, is how do we block this out from month to month, right? How do we change this? When is too long? When is it time for us to change things? Every month or so, changing the game mode that you're working in is a good idea. This should be 15 to 20 reps, by the way. So notice like month one, maybe you're doing the strength training in 2 to 5 rep range, lifting heavy, resting higher, 90 to 180 seconds between sets. Month two, you're doing an 8 to 12 rep range, slow and controlled, 60 to 90 second rest break. And then month three, you change it up, you go higher rep, right? Lower rest time. These are the different game modes. They will all build muscle and build strength. And it's often wise to bounce from different game mode to game mode every month. So you're improving these different attributes, these different skills of your body, right? More strength, more muscle, more strength endurance. Focusing on one aspect at a time every month, changing it up. Okay. So this is the bigger picture. And guys, literally, this is like now you have literally a 3 month program to follow. And you can rinse and repeat this. You don't have to even change the exercises that you established from the get-go. If you just change the game mode and you go through this for the next 3, 6 year, you'll be good. You'll continue to get results. Or you can always go back and swap out exercises if you want to, but you have the structure and the template to then click and drag different exercises, but sticking to the game mode. You have to stick to the game mode. Stick to the structure. Do not change exercises every week. Do not do that. Follow the same program for at least a month. Then change the rep range if you want to. And I encourage you to keep the same exercises. And it's just playing the game of trying to get stronger, of trying to get to the upper limit of the rep range. And once you do, you add 5 more pounds and you rinse and repeat that, and you're building strength and muscle along the way. This is the game. This is a game. This is not focusing on burning calories and exercising. This is training. It's way more fun to think of it this way. I know maybe not all of us here are like consider themselves athletes, but it's basically a sport, man. It's fun. But you can go ahead and treat exercise as a chore if you want, or you can find out what you're capable of. Not just focusing on the scale, but focusing on, oh my gosh, my body is so strong. And it carries over to how you feel about yourself and your physique too, by the way, of course. Yeah, you're gonna look really good. Okay, Holly, I just answered that question about the exercise selection. Maria, what's the 4-2-2 mean? Sorry, I didn't get that part. It's the speed in which you lift the weight, right? So four, the first number is how long it takes for you to lower the weight. So like if you're squatting, it's 4 seconds on the way down, and then the middle number is the transition from going down to back up. So 4 seconds on the way down, 2 second hold at the bottom, 2 seconds to come back up. Damn, we got people barely coming in. That's funny. It's okay though. Yeah, hopefully that made sense. Good. This is very helpful. Good. I'm glad, guys. I'm glad this is clicking. This is, guys, if you can build yourself this program and stick to it and follow it, you're gonna have a better program You're doing something that a lot of people are doing in the gym. I'm telling you. A lot of people are just guessing. They don't know what they're doing. It sounds mean to say that. I don't mean that to sound judgmental in any way. It's just the truth. Like this is something I didn't figure out until like year three of my lifting. And if you can start, bro, if you can start your journey with a workout program like this, like we just went through, your results are going to come so much quicker than mine did. And you'll be way ahead than most people already with this type of knowledge. I'm telling you, this is like, you need to take this like with, there's so much time that went into like figuring this stuff out for myself. It's crazy. I'm the guesser. Hey, it's all good. That's why we're here, right? And so what's cool though, Leslie, and to the people that are out there right now, just kind of in the gym guessing, you got the hard part out the way. You're there. You know what I mean? Like you're there. Now let's take your effort and put it on a game plan. It becomes so much more fun too, and you get more results and everything becomes more efficient. So how long did it take for me to get the results I have now? I mean, I've been lifting and working out for over since I was 17. I started lifting weights and trying to change myself. And I'm 30 now. So 20, no, 13 years I've been working out. But you see, like for me and for you guys, we just want to get on a path where you can see yourself doing this and you'll continue to get a pretty amazing result. Most of my results, though, came from like the first 2 to 3 years. Okay. And if you're consistent for the first 2 to 3 years, your results will be crazy. And then after that, it's like a slow burn, honestly. Like at this point, more progress takes more time, the more experienced you are, because you're just closer to your genetic ceiling. Now, that might sound discouraging to some people. I don't know. Trust me, if you're consistent for 3 years and you see the transformation in your body, you're going to become so hooked and addicted. You don't care how long a little bit more takes. It's just fun at this point. Again, I don't do it simply to like look good or something. Like it feels good. And if we can get there, you'll never stop. So hopefully that made sense. I wanted to say that with the caveat. Honestly, Laura, yes. If you just show up, guys, if you take this plan and the nutrition plan and you just show up for 3 months at least, you'll come back to me and say, bro, like or hey man or dude or Adrian, whatever you want to call me. Thank you. I got results and I feel great. I can see myself doing this. So let's keep it going. We're almost done here. No, I think. I don't even know. You guys are awesome though. You guys are sticking with this. You guys are amazing people. Remember, there is a special announcement at the end of this. I'm like, super excited to share with you guys. So here we go. All right. So a little review, okay? And this is gonna be good for the people that just showed up. You know who you are. I'm not gonna call you out. Um, Step one, we assess, right? We figure out what we're doing, what's the starting point, and we do this so that you can have a clear goal. Remember, you don't want to just marry the first person you match with on Tinder. That's insane. Don't just go do any nutrition plan. Don't just go do any workout plan. Let's start with your assessment, your starting point. Then two, we're going to remove this idea that there's such thing as good or bad food. We start to allow ourselves permission to eat food you love without feeling guilty so that you don't regain the weight. This is the big reason why people regain the weight. They follow some restrictive, super strict meal plan or 1,200 calorie. It's just stop, okay? Stop it with that. The third step is we're going to restore your body's ability to burn more body fat. We're eating more, feeling great, lowering stress, improving energy, priming your body for more fat loss so that you can get your body burning more calories for you. And then step four, we activated fat loss, right? By building muscle, building strength, starting to strength train from home or the gym. Oh my gosh, one thing I forgot, guys. With the workout plan, if you are working out from home, all those exercises can be found for home exercises, okay? When I told you like to search for lower compound exercise, make sure you type in home lower compound exercise and you'll find plenty of options, okay? I just want to teach you how to fish, that's all. Fish. Um, okay, so step four, we activate fat loss. But what comes next? Are we done? Are we done losing fat? No. Okay, something might happen. After step four, we're activating fat loss. We're working out. We're starting to follow a nutrition plan. We're restoring. What do we do next? You might find, dude, weight loss is getting slow now. I've been consistent with everything Adrian told me for 2, 3 months, but it's starting to get really slow. And this is what happens if you're on your own, right? If you don't have a plan, you think you're putting in all this effort, there's slow results. You get shiny object syndrome. Is anybody here like that? Like you get shiny object syndrome, you're like, what if I did this instead? You scroll through TikTok and you're like, that sounds like maybe I should be doing that. And it becomes like a slow quit. You slowly become more and more discouraged and you just stop trying as much slowly until like the scale gets slid back under the sofa or the cabinet and then you just forgot that you even had a weight loss goal anymore. Until finally your child pokes you in your belly and you're like, kids are freaking blunt, man. Or your aunts. I know like in Hispanic culture, like our tias and stuff, man, you go to visit your tias you haven't seen in a while, they're like, damn, wait, you're getting weight? Like they're just straight up. It's bold. And then the cycle repeats, right? How do we make sure we don't quit this time? How do we make sure that when you start feeling like things are slowing down? Well, guess what? We're not even done yet, guys. That's not even the whole plan. We still got step 5 and 6. Step 5. Wait, I want to see the comments. I bet you guys are laughing. Yeah, you guys are. Steve, what up, man? I'm glad you're here, bro. I'm glad you made it, dude. Yeah, dude. I feel that. Sorry. Okay, let's keep it going. My grandma asked me, why am I so padded? Damn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're gonna figure this out though, okay? So we don't get discouraged. Let's flip the switch a little bit. Let's accelerate the fat loss a little bit, huh? Step 5, fat loss acceleration. This is only for the person who has gone through step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, and now we're at 5. You're seeing fat loss already through 1 and through 4, right? We're activating it. Step 5, we accelerate it. You can now go into a calorie deficit. You can now cut the calories slightly by 500 to 700 calories. The results will become faster, more efficient. You're still strength training, and they'll become more efficient and faster because of everything we've done up to this point. The establishment of strength training, the restoration, the removal of horrible ideas that are making it harder than it needs to be. We had a starting point to begin with. Now we have momentum that allow you to maintain results. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm just killing it. I'm feeling good. I'm losing weight, and I feel good, and I'm eating pizza still. Wow, I feel like a sexy beast. That's it. Step 5 is fat loss acceleration. What we do is we just cut calories by 500, 700 calories after we've established maintenance calories, right? After we've been weight training already, after we've already been seeing some fat loss, we just push the button and things happen faster. And now your body's actually responding in the way we want it to. Where in the past, you were like, why am I not getting any results? Well, it's because we didn't do step 1 through 4. And now you earn 5. Chat, what is it? I just realized you began at a maintenance calorie and then you graduated calorie deficit. Yup. Yup. It's crazy, right? It's a crazy way of thinking of it. That's a good way you graduate. A lot of you guys, this is gonna sound kind of mean, maybe. Don't take it mean, but some of you don't deserve to lose fat yet. I mean, in this way, you're gonna lose fat by doing everything I told you to do up to this point, but I'm saying like you don't deserve a calorie deficit yet. Because you unknowingly have been doing it to your body already for so long. You've been stressing your body. And I say you don't deserve it because you've been mean to yourself, you know? Some of you guys are so hard on yourself. And you put yourself through these crazy extreme diets and you put your body through this crazy stress and torment on the treadmill. I respect that. You know, you guys are trying, but let's stop punishing our body so much and start taking care of it with steps 1 through 4 so we can get to 5 and just melt some body fat. This is how like the fast transformation happens. You might wonder like, bro, I did everything right and I didn't even see any results. It's because your body wasn't ready for it. Your metabolism wasn't where it needs to be at. Okay. This is how like the quick transformation happens. Like, whoa, how did that even happen? Okay, we're not done yet though. Okay, because there's one last very important piece to this whole puzzle for you to make sure that you um, keep the weight off for good. Okay, step 6. I always regain the weight back though, Adrian. Like I always end up regaining the weight back. A crazy guys, a real fact here is that 80% of people who lose the weight regain the weight back. Now, up to this point, I'm sure your mind shifted around a lot of different things already, right? That you can see how this has happened in the past. You know, you were following a restrictive diet. You weren't taking into consideration your metabolism. You're doing too much cardio, right? So I think we're already leaning ourselves towards a more positive percentage for you guys here, right? If you take everything I've told you up to this point, you're not going to be in the 80%. So like the odds of you regaining the way back are going to be a lot lower. But there's one other aspect of this, okay? One thing you should know about Mount Everest, little side tangent here. One thing about Mount Everest, I don't know if you guys know this, but did you know that more people die hiking up Mount Everest? Actually, they more people die from going down, back down Mount Everest than they do going up. Did you know that? Getting up there is hard. right? Losing the weight is hard, but you still need the energy to get back down the mountain. And people don't pace themselves. They slip and they fall. They're ready to get back down and they go too fast and then they tumble and avalanche, regain the way back. There's a proper way to descend the mountain as well. Okay, we don't just cut calories and stay in a calorie deficit forever. I would not be doing you a service if I didn't talk about this point here. It's very important. Step six, guys, is lifestyle mastery. We need to step ladder our way back to maintenance calories. We do not just start eating whatever we want out of nowhere, right? In order for us to keep the weight off for life, you need to have the skills that you need to keep for life, right? You get to keep these skills. Through this process with the nutrition goals, you're more aware of protein now. You're more aware of calories and intakes. You're more aware of like how you can have that donut and still make it fit. You know what protein is now, which is crazy. You know how to weight train. You've built muscle. That muscle doesn't just go away. Like it's hard for it to go away. Your calorie burn stays high. Now we want to make sure that we have a step ladder approach. We slowly increase the calories back up to maintenance. Your new maintenance, by the way, because you're gonna have lost 15, 20, maybe 30 pounds or more if you want more, whatever. I think on average people like want 20 to 30 pounds lost. So the step ladder approach, bringing calories back up to your maintenance slowly, increasing calories by 100 to 250 every 2 to 4 weeks until you get back to your maintenance. That is the path. That's it. Just don't all of a sudden eat a ton of food afterwards. And if you did everything right up to this point, doing that process of slowly increasing calories back up will be much easier because you didn't drastically cut calories lower than you should have. You were still eating food you loved anyway, so it doesn't feel like you're all of a sudden going back to eating like whatever you want. No, you were always eating what you wanted, just within a more reasonable means. And you were weight training, so that also helped raise your metabolism up, so there's more calorie room. Okay. So, but this is important to know. You do not just stop, right? You just like, all right, I'm done. I lost the weight. Lifestyle mastery. Okay, that is the last step. Um, so guys, before I continue here, I want to ask you guys, are there any questions you guys have right now? Do you guys want to cover? We're gonna do a Q&A, but like just off of the lifestyle mastery part, is there anything that you guys have questions on? Are we good here? Really quick review. Guys, this is important. Sexy Beast Fitness. I want you guys to be a sexy beast. And it sounds funny, right? It's supposed to be funny. Sexy beast is supposed to be funny. But I want you to like look yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm a sexy beast. And I want you to smile a little bit because honestly, fitness when done right should be enjoyable, man. Like it should be fun. Enough of this like torture, enough of this restrictive diet. And you might think like you need to do that in order to get amazing results. You don't need to do that. You could get amazing results. Being consistent with a workout program you look forward to doing that doesn't take away from your family. You can do it while still eating food you love, as long as you have these good habits with nutrition and you restore your metabolism. And I want you to go, guys, leave with whatever we've talked about today, these 6 steps. I want you to leave with these 3 principles, okay? First of all, progress over perfection. You're gonna make mistakes, okay? Can we be real really quick? You're gonna make mistakes. You're not perfect. You never will be. Some of you guys are freaking perfectionists to a fault. Some of you guys are so hard on yourselves. Like all in or all off. If I'm not gonna work out 5 days a week with perfect form, I'm just not gonna do it. Dude, let's show up twice this week. That's fine. That's consistency. Don't misconstrue or confuse consistency with perfection. They're not the same thing. Okay? Consistency means you show up even though you don't know it's not going to be perfect. That's what consistency is. Progress over perfection. Can you guys type in the chat really quick? POP. Type in the chat really quick. POP. I want to see it before I leave. There's 13 people in here. POP. I love it. POP. 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 What? Okay, I need to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deborah, Marie, 5, 6. Leslie, Eddie, 7. Maria, 8. Laura, 9. Texas, 10. Guys, there's 3 more of you. Oh, maybe someone's driving, right? I think someone said they were driving. If you're driving, don't worry. I got you. You're good. That's good enough. You guys are great. Progress over perfection. Okay. Like get that tat. I also want you guys to get a tattoo of that. Okay. On your chest. Just kidding. Okay. That's the first thing. Progress over perfection. Second thing, if it's not enjoyable, it's not going to be sustainable. Guys, that is deeper than you think. That is not just like that's so nice, Adrian. But you want this to be fun. It's a compass, bro. It's like a self-assessment. Are you hating your workout right now? Why? Wh- Either you're doing too much or you're setting yourself up for failure because you're like sitting on a challenge that's like way too much for you right now. Or you're not recovering from what you're doing, so you're physically stressed, so it plays out like feeling unmotivated and unenjoyable because you're not eating enough food or you're not sleeping enough or you're working out too much. Guys, it is a assessment tool to know if you're doing this right or not. If you're having to grit your teeth through it, suffer through it, workout, nutrition, you're doing it wrong. That's not just like a fun thing to say there. Literally, if it's not enjoyable, it's not sustainable. If it's not enjoyable, you're screwed is what I'm saying. Okay? Like don't take that lightly. That is serious. I'm serious. Enjoy it. Okay? Brandon, thank you, bro, for commenting that. Okay? If it's not enjoyable, it's not sustainable. Last one. This is the biggest thing, guys. And this is what I want for you guys more than anything, okay? Fitness changed my life, man. Like I'm telling you, I was in a dark, depressed, lonely spot. Um, no girlfriend, no nothing, sad, lonely, insecure, no idea what direction I wanted in my life, no career goals. And I decided I wanted to start working out and change my health and fitness. And because of that, so many good things have happened in my life. Literally. Like, I'm so grateful. Uh, I don't think I'd be with my wife. I don't think I have this career. I don't think I would be the person I am today. To tell you guys that I'd be on a freaking Zoom call talking to you, 13 people here, or going daily live on TikTok or something, like doing this, there's no way I have the guts to do something like this. Fitness will change your life in so many ways because what it does, it changes the relationship you have with yourself. You realize you can do anything you put your mind to. You can actually do something to look good. Like what? It's a crazy experience when you cross that threshold of I'm a fitness person. So that's what we need to understand, right? Like that is the crazy part. It's not about who you achieve, guys. It's not about what you achieve. It's about who you're going to become if you take this seriously. So I hope you guys are ready for this journey, and I hope this was helpful. And I hope that you guys are ready for the special announcement. Are you guys ready for it? Are you guys ready? Do you guys want to know what the special announcement is going to be? Can I just see in the chat, like, yes, what is it, bro? Just tell me, what is it? What is it, bro? I'll tell you right now. Okay. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Okay. Let me show you what it is. Before I click on it, okay, this is not, I am not selling you guys anything, okay? This is not a sales pitch at all, okay? This is me giving away something to you guys completely, all right? I want to say that first because I don't want to, yeah. I hope this was helpful and I hope you guys can walk away with a ton of value here, okay? Okay, but I'm curious, would you guys like want, like, if you guys could, would you guys be open to the idea of me walking you through this entire process, like done for you? Like, yes or no? Like, would you love the opportunity to potentially have you and I work together one on one, get through these entire 6 steps? You have all your questions answered, done for you, workout plan built out for you, nutrition plan built out for you, so you have a lifestyle. Is anybody here like interested in that? Yes or no? Oops, I'm saying some yes, 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 yes. Cool. Four yeses. Great. Cool. Well, here's what's gonna happen, okay? Here's the opportunity I have for you guys. And this is only for you guys here. This is a special announcement to the 14 people here that took the time out of their day to spend an hour with me to learn about an hour and a half. You guys are freaking crazy. I love you guys already. Okay, so let me tell you what my coaching is. My Sexy Beast Fitness Lifestyle Mastery Coaching, 6 months, where I take you through the 6 steps, the lifestyle mastery method, right? Everything we went through. You can do it yourself, go for it. But having some coaches, having a coach, excuse me, I don't have coaches. Having me to do it for you and walk you through it and keep you accountable encouragingly and have fun while doing it and getting the results. I mean, there's much more guarantee that it's going to work, right? If you're have someone watching. We'll lose 15, 30 pounds together over the next 6 months, build and shape your body with expert programming, stay consistent on track with unlimited accountability and support, like 24/7 tech support, weekly calls, all that, anything you need. Eliminate overwhelm with clear goals that I'm holding you accountable. Like, stop feeling bad for eating carbs. That's not your goal. Me having to remind you constantly. which I'm happy to do, and then achieving sustainable results so that you can keep the results for life. It's like the last program that you ever need. There's a reason why I call it Lifestyle Mastery Program. There's also a reason why I'm pretty selective with who joins my program because I want to make sure they have the qualities of a person that can be successful. And normally that 6 month program is $5,000, okay, with all that included. Okay. But I'm not selling you anything. Again, this is not a sales pitch. What I'm going to be doing is announcing the Lifestyle Mastery Coaching Scholarship. Okay. Guys, I'm going to be giving away literally $10,000 scholarship giveaway. There'll be 5 winners. There's 14 people here. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think it speaks for itself. But I'm going to be giving away $10,000 in worth of scholarship. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. Are you guys down for that? Pick me. Deborah said, yes, what? Sure. G said, sure. I'll take it, bro. Um, if you guys are interested in it, here's what I need from you guys, okay? You guys all have a chance here. There's only 14 of you here. Again, I'm not going to blast this anywhere else. You're not going to hear about this on TikTok. You're not going to hear about this anywhere else. If you guys want in on this, what I need from you, I need to select this. I need to select the right people. I'm going to be sending out a scholarship application, all right, that I want you guys to fill out. I just need to know your goals, why you feel like you want this, and we'll go from there. Okay. And I'm going to select somebody, the 5 winners this week. Do you guys want the link to that? Yes or no? I need to see in the chat. Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, please. Yes. Any? Okay, cool. Deborah, Maria, cool. Wow. Yes. Brandon said, wow. Yeah. Cynthia, yes. Laura said, see. Orale. Cool, guys. Well, I'm happy to provide that for you guys. Here's what I'm going to do. Um, I'm going to type my I'm gonna type right now, literally my phone number in the chat. Okay, like my actual phone number, like not like the one I text my wife with. Okay, I'm gonna type it in my chat. Boom. What I want you guys to do right now is literally send me a text. Send me a text, and I'll send over the coaching scholarship application. Okay. Um, go for it, guys. Send me a text right now. I'm waiting. I'll confirm with you guys right now that I have your number, and we'll go next steps right now. Cool. Cynthia, I got you. Emmy, Stefan, Maria. Guys, there's no reason not to take advantage of this, I feel like, I feel like some people feel undeserving for whatever reason. Maybe you're that type of person who's like, I don't know if I'm deserving. Look, let me tell you what coaching is. I feel like that's a big misconception that people think coaching is like me just drill sergeant telling you what to do. No. If you're someone I've heard the argument like, oh, I'm gonna wait to get a coach until I'm consistent. What? Like, that's why you get a coach. I'm not here to bully you. Trust me, I know how hard you are already on yourself. You don't need me to tell you what you're not good at. Like you tell yourself things all the time where you're not good at. I'm here to help you realize what you're good at. I'm here to help you give you simple, easy goals that you can win at, that will get you the results that you want so you can start feeling good about yourself and then let that momentum carry itself all the way to your goals. I'm not here to be a jerk. I'm not that coach. I'm here to encourage you and help you realize your full potential. And all I need from a client, really, all I need from a client is somebody who wants it. Like, I just want to know that you are trying. Remember, it's progress over perfection. I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to be transparent with me. I need you to be willing. You might not even have like all the motivation right now. That's fine. You don't need all the motivation. Let me help you with that. Stop doing this on yourself. How has doing it on your own gotten you this far? How has it gone so far? I mean, right? This is an opportunity, guys, that you can definitely have a pretty good chance. What's 5 out of 14 people? What's the percentage of that? That's a pretty good chance. Better than most chances, most like, giveaway stuff. Um, and the reason why I do it like in this type of way is I feel like I want to reward the people that spend an hour and a half. If you spend an hour and a half with me, I can tell you're going to be a great client. If you can laugh at my jokes, we're going to have a good time. Let's see. So shoot me a text right now, guys. For whatever reason, if you don't decide to shoot me a text, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're not, honestly. But you have a good chance to win here. So I want to give you guys an opportunity here. Maybe you get some cold feet. Save the number at least. Text me later. But all you got to do is text me hello. So Leslie, I got you. Holly, Laura, Brandon, Devra, Julie, Maria, Annie, Steven, Cynthia. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Steve, where you at? Texas, where you at? I think that's a lot of, I think that's already a good amount of people, guys. So, but if you guys want in, honestly, give it a shot. At the very least, guys, I hope that this was very helpful and that you guys walk away with a lot of game plan. I mean, you also have my number now. Text me if you need anything. I'm more than happy to give away some resources that you guys may need, okay? But really quick, I want to go into some Q&A. Um, Kind of to wrap it up, guys, with the call, with all the steps that we went through up to this point. Again, you guys are freaking amazing for being the type of people to take the time out of an hour and a half to get questions answered. You guys are freaking incredible. Seriously. You guys are already going to win at some point. I just hope that this process speeds things up. And yeah. So really quick, guys, any questions that you guys have at all? Anything at all? What's going on? We can spend a little bit of time. You can unmute yourself if you want to unmute yourself. If you're brave, not a big deal, honestly. Or you can type it in the chat, whatever you want to do. Any questions? It was a lot of information. This will be recorded as well, guys, so you guys will get the replay soon, okay? Um, excuse me. Are we good? Laura, thanks for the follow. You're welcome. Jimmy, you're welcome. I'm so glad. Yeah, guys, how was it? Like, was it helpful? Was it, I mean, obviously, hopefully it was, I hope that it was some good paradigm shifts. Hopefully you guys have some more clarity with how it should really go. That way you can get the results that you want. Um, but yeah, I don't see any questions coming in. That tells me either I did a really good job or you guys have no idea what to ask, which is totally fine. Maybe you get the question later. If you guys don't already know, I answer every question that anybody messages to me on TikTok. So if you guys, if that's where you guys found me, message me there. Or you can also email me. You guys have my email now. You can also text me. You have my phone number now. Push it and I'll block you. But no, don't hesitate to ask if you guys have any questions. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up then. I don't see any questions. Oh, TikTok goes away. Where will you be most? I'll be on YouTube and Instagram for sure. Laura, I won't email you, but I'll text you. Or I won't text you, but I will email you. Cool, yeah. Totally. So for you guys that shot me a text, I will be texting you the link for the scholarship, confirming all that, and then we'll go from there, okay? But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys taking the time to be out here, being the type of people that want to grow and accomplish these goals. It's not an easy thing, but you guys are already sexy beasts in my eyes. Seriously. Keep it up, guys. If you guys need anything, let me know. Thank you so much for being here. We'll talk soon, okay, guys? Bye. Thank you guys again for being here. Bye. I feel bad like saying bye to you guys. That was a good time. All right, guys, take care. Bye. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.